It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning. Welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on this Tuesday, the 9th day of November. And we're apparently having all sorts of technical issues this morning as I'm trying to get Elizabeth is trying to get with us for her announcement. And she's having signal problems. In the meantime, John is trying to get with us from Europe. And he is having issues from over there and having quite a time with this whole code thing that Americans can't get as they're traveling. But anyway, I see Elizabeth's with us. Folks, I have no idea how the signal is. We're just going to go to Elizabeth live on location. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi.
Good morning. Okay. You can hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you fine. Okay. I'm just going to let you go. Tell us what's happening in Elizabeth's world.
Elizabeth is going to a ship. Finally. And this is you're the first person I've told online to anyone. Like none of my friends even know. So I was just in the process of filling out my passenger locator form, which you have to go into the UK. And that's where I'm going. So I know I already told you, but for everybody else who knows, I'm actually going to be joining a ship for the first time in 20 months and 1 day. So I'm joining the P&O Iona, which sails out of Southampton. And I'm going to be working as a trunk show representative for a wonderful company called Kalati, which is a jewelry company with beautiful gemstones and beautiful jewelry. Sailing around.
There you go.
Spain and Portugal and all that.
Well, you know, we're just tickled pink that you're finally going to get back on a ship. Just so you'll know, boy, there's some weird stuff amiss with traveling in Europe right now. Our friend John is trying to get in to give us a report from over there. They're not letting anybody go into restaurants and stores or anything unless they have a QR code. And Americans traveling over there, it takes 3 weeks to get one. So, you know, he's stuck, can't go into restaurants or bars or museums or anything. So.
Yeah, it's actually, like I said, I'm just working on my paperwork right now. I'm scheduled to leave, flying out of here on Thursday and joining the ship on Saturday. But that's another thing. Like my vaccination documents don't have a QR code on it. So I don't know what's going to happen. That's why I really haven't told anybody yet, because I just got my flights confirmed yesterday, and, you know, I'm hoping I get to go. Who knows? I might be calling you on Saturday saying, hey, I'm still here. But, you know, they've cleared me on other stuff. So I'm cleared to go on the ship. I don't really care at this point. If I can just get there, I don't care about getting off the ship. Just get me over there. That's all I want, is to be on the ship.
So we're going to have Elizabeth live on locations from who knows where.
Yeah, we go. I know I'll be there at least 1 month, and it does 2 different cruises for the time that I'm there. So right now they're doing 7-day cruises, but they're starting doing these 14-day cruises. So I'll have, like I said, the first one goes to a couple ports in Lisbon or in Portugal. And then it also goes to the Canary Islands. That should be exciting right now with some volcanic action. And then the next cruise also sails out of Southampton, and it goes to Barcelona and Lisbon and Valencia, few different places like that. So
sweet. Well, we are tickled pink, needless to say. that you're finally getting back on a ship. I mean, for your sake, I hope you're out there permanently. That would be awesome. Even though I would then miss you when I come to Cozumel in 60 days' time.
But I might be back though
Well,
in between,
we'll see.
So I don't know if
Let's hope you're on the ship. I hope
yeah.
you won't be in Cozumel when I get there.
I know, but maybe I'll be back over this way cruising. So,
Well,
I have a feeling I'll be going from ship to ship because it's a trunk show. It will be on various cruise lines, and so I can go on a lot of different cruise lines that because the gift shops on board, the jewelry store on board is working with a company called Harding Retail, and so they're on a lot of different cruise lines. They're on the Virgin ships. They're on lots and lots of different cruise lines. So they just took over the Princess line as well, although jewelry's with a different company on there. But there are a number of different cruise lines, over 80 different ships that I can go on.
Sweet.
So, yeah.
Well, that's exciting. And from all of us here at Chillie Cruises, we love you to death. We're tickled pink that you're heading in your way again. And we'll certainly look forward to hearing from you all over the world.
Yeah, I was so envious. Everybody keeps posting like we're going on this cruise and that cruise, and I had to just sit here and quietly go like, okay, fingers crossed. I hope I get to go soon. And thanks. I can see people are writing in congratulations and stuff. So that's really cool. And I'm going to start collecting more photographs so I can stump you guys as to name the port. So I'll still keep sending you those, Chillie. So even when I'm out on a ship, I know on this ship that I'm joining, I'll join on Saturday, and then we have 3 full days at sea. And it's my understanding that the Wi-Fi is not great over there on that ship. I have friends who are on that ship right now. So you might not hear from me for a few days. So no news is good news, put it that way. And then once I get into port, then I'll send you guys some messages and I'll keep in touch with you.
All right. Well, Elizabeth, again, thanks for everything, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, and thanks everybody. I'll stay tuned and see what we can stump them with today. I hope you selected a good guest.
I've got one loaded. I'm a flash over to John now and talk to him about the European situation. If you want to click out, just click out anytime.
Fantastic. All right. I'll be watching. I'll be online chat.
Okay. Thanks, Elizabeth.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. There we got John. Let's see if we can you hear me?
I can hear you. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
I can't believe this. I broadcast from Israel, from the Palestinians. I broadcast from Turkey. I'm sorry for my disheveled appearance. Literally just got to the hotel and got our rooms and thought I was going to be on the cell phones and couldn't make cell phone number 1 work, couldn't make cell phone number 2 work, and pulled out my computer, and it's on batteries, but I think we got a lot of batteries, so we'll get through this. And I'm actually going to take my glasses off because they hurt my, now I got that other, hang on here. Now I got these little dangly things, but I'll get them working. It's been a heck of a ride here, Chillie. I've been in the middle of an anti-American march in Hamburg. I've been in the middle of an anti-American demonstration in Israel. I've had some experiences in my life, but I'll tell you what's going on in Europe right now is just bizarre. I don't know how else to put it. And if you're traveling this way, don't change your plans. Keep on it coming, but just got to set you up here and know what to expect when you get here.
Tell us all about it.
Okay, first of all, it's real interesting because talking to the guest that we've had, Dan Crutchfield, on the show about this when I was on the train from Amsterdam to Berlin here through the day, and he goes, "Well, we know all about that. That's been the rules now for over a month." And I'm trying to explain to him, but Dan, it's been the rules for over a month, and they're in Miami or in Jacksonville, Florida. Actually, you think that you're working and telling everybody about it, but you need to know that we're watching this change literally in front of us by the hour. Mm-hmm. When we were down in Saarland, which is a state of Germany in the far southwest. When you land in Frankfurt and you go southwest, you're going to go to Ramstein Air Base. You're going to go to the towns like Saarbrücken, Hofheim. Hofheim's a suburb of Frankfurt, but Homburg is a town down there. And you head on and you cross the border and you go to Metz, France. Well, down in that state, which is not too big, it's about the size of your state, actually. But yes, those were the rules. But as long as you had a mask, and once in a while they'd say, are you vaccinated? And as long as you were, on the team vax, everybody was okay. We went to Paris, and you know the whole story about going to Paris. But they were just, are you vaccinated? Are you vaccinated? Come on in and sit down. What can we offer you? There was no question. Well, we had to show the vax cards to get on the boat, to do the Seine. We had to show the vax cards to get on the bus, the hop on, hop off bus, but we only had to do it one time when we bought the tickets. Then they trusted the fact that if we had a ticket, we were in the clean group. But we're on our trip up to from Saarland, the 3 train tickets, and it's public knowledge, by the way, that I fell. Matter of fact, this is, I don't know if you can see it here, but that's kind of my only bad thing left of it. My back seems to be just fine. Thank you, Lord. And for those of you off on another unimportant day, we'll talk about, I took a hell of a fall in Mannheim. Fortunately, I fell away from the train tracks, but my suitcase went into the train pit. And but thank God for great people. Anyway, the closer we get to Amsterdam and the more we're watching on our cell phones, you have to have what's called a QR code. And it's about this big when it's up on your cell phone. And you can get it a variety of ways if you're in the Netherlands and you are a Netherlander. But it takes 3 weeks to get one from the United States. And once we got to Amsterdam, you're just out of luck. You can't go to a museum. You can't go to the sex shops. You can't go to the, what do they call it? Oh, coffee shops. You can't, like to learn about marijuana and stuff. You can't go to the condom store. You can't even sit out. Well, we said, oh, that's a problem. They got, sit outside, have coffee. There's the inside restaurant and there's the outside seating. You had to sit down and you had to flash your QR code. And then on every table was a QR code that you then put into your phone that connects you back to the giant registry. So then if all of a sudden somebody shows up, am I running out of juice already? If I run out of juice, I'll plug in and get back to you.
Okay.
That ties you together with the central office. So then somebody comes up having COVID, they have a trail of where Joe went, every restaurant he stopped into, every grocery store he walked into, every whatever kind of museum he went to, and they can go back and tell all those people, hey, you were within 5 feet of somebody that has now got COVID. It's a great plan. We're vaccination positive people. Except that what do you do when you're from America and you can't do it? You're just, pardon my English, SOL.
Yeah.
And so we were okay because it had just kicked in the day before. And so like a friend met me from Amsterdam and we were in an outside eating place and he flashed his card and stuff. And she said, yeah, you can just sit here and because you're with him and stuff. But otherwise, we got into nothing. And we all the food we got, we stood at the door, we ordered it, they took our money, they made it, and they didn't want to do credit cards even. They gave us our food. So Amsterdam was basically a bust other than to see a few of the outside places. And also, you couldn't get out of the train station without showing them on your cell phone. I had to flash through the train pass that I had, and I couldn't get into the train parts where the tracks and everything were this morning without showing my pass that I was getting on a train. Now, you think, that's no problem. But I was getting off and stuff. I was using the Wi-Fi from the train to load the codes. Well, the Wi-Fi from the train don't reach into the train station for me to load them on to get back into the train. So And here's I'm sorry, this is a sales pitch. All of my business and stuff in the United States is done on Verizon. Are you a Verizon guy?
No.
Oh, well, who are you?
US you
Okay. Anyway, and up in our neck of the woods, it's really the only choice as far as good cell phone coverage everywhere and down the roads and everything.
Yeah.
But in Germany or in the Europe, it's $10 a day, and the coverage is crap-a-reno. So I also have a T-Mobile phone, because T-Mobile phone is owned by Deutsche Telekom over in Germany. And without any more money or anything, when you come into Europe, every time you enter a new country, it says, welcome to Germany. Your T-Mobile phone works for unlimited text and G2 data. And it's 25 cents a minute for telephone calls. So in just being here 30 days, I'm paying for my T-Mobile phone for a year in America.
Wow.
Of not spending it on crappy Verizon. And I'm sorry, Verizon. Love you guys in America. You're crap over here.
Yeah.
So
I'm
anyway,
AT&T. I had a brain fart there.
That's right. Yeah. AT&T sucks up in northern Minnesota. I don't know why, but they don't care about us up there. They have stores. You go in and you buy a phone with them, and 3 days later you take it back because it don't work anywhere.
Wow.
Personal experience, many friends' experience. I don't know why they're doing it. Help me out, AT&T. We'd love. I think you're an honorable company, but Crookston, Minnesota. It's on the map. You can see it. It's right there. Anyway. So what we had to do is, fortunately, T-Mobile let me do a hotspot. Had to do a hotspot on the T-Mobile to get my Verizon phone to sign in like it was a Wi-Fi router. So hey, you do what you got to do, right? So
now, you will be fixed, though, once you got this done, so you can live until you don't know for sure.
Right now in Berlin, according to Henry, they are accepting our cards as we're going into places. He picked us up at the train station, and he says, right now you can flash your American cards that we have. And matter of fact, it's really funny because they look at Anthony's and he's had 3 shots. And they're going, 3? How do you get 3? They're really jealous of it. But the thing is, since we've been to Paris, all of France is now shut down, and they're on the QR system. So had we gone to Paris this week, we'd have not been able to do everything we did in France. We're scared about what's going to happen in Rome here coming up. See, we're here in Berlin for a week, and I have Henry's flat. I know the neighborhood. I know people who own, pizza and But I'm just worried, is Rome going to be a bust too? Maybe we should stay here up until the day before and just fly in, spend the night, and get on the boat. I don't know what's going to happen. So I just want to tell everybody, don't cancel your trip. Don't stay home. Don't say, listen to John, it's terrible. Don't do that. But talk to your travel agent, whatever. Like I said, I talked to Dan Crutchfield, and he doesn't seem to think it's a big deal. And I respectfully am going, man, I don't, when I'm taking my clients that I've had over here and things, it'd be kind of a big deal for them if I showed up in Amsterdam with 20 people and they can't go to the grass museum. They can't go to the sex things to look around. They can't do all of, we couldn't go and get the Strop waffle that Martin said we should have done and things.
Yeah.
I don't know. So please, folks, if you're hearing this, pass it on to your friends, talk to your travel agents, and see just what exactly you need to do to get here. Because it's, what is it, November 9th today?
Yes.
When do the trees leave? When do the trees leave the leaves? When did the leaves leave your trees over there where you live?
Well, starting now.
Oh, starting now.
Yeah.
See, in Minnesota, the leaves are gone a month ago.
Well, yeah. Well, you've probably had 8 feet of snow already up there. And
no snow yet, but typically we would have had snow. But to me, we're driving the train, and it's like, high season for maples and silver maples and all the other, it's just beautiful. The ride across from, Amsterdam is west and northwest of Germany. Yeah. So we rode across the whole northern tier of Germany today, and it was phenomenal. I mean, got to tell you, I don't understand these people that come to Germany and sit there reading an electronic book.
Yeah.
I don't. My travel partner may be one of those. I mean, it's like, I've done it 20 times, and I sat out the window in just awe of what our Creator has made for us.
Yeah.
Because I know it's going to be a long time till I get to do it again. So I spelled Berlin wrong. I'm sorry, I spelled Berlin wrong. See how much of a hurry I was in?
Well, I know. I corrected that. I mean, I said in the chat that obviously, things are just a little bit upsetting over there. This just isn't a normal day for anybody.
It's so fun. It's so fun to be in Germany. Henry didn't pick me up. It's a Seinfeld episode for sure. Henry decided not to pick us up in his big Volvo because he's got such a good parking spot. It wasn't worth giving us up just to run to the train station and pick us up. So he came, and we took 2 local trains back and did a lot of walking, but I'm so happy. I'm a good walker right now. Nothing like losing 100 pounds to be able to walk around,
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely.
Hey.
All right. Well, John, thank you for bringing us up to date, giving us fair warning. If anybody's heading to Europe, check on this, folks, before you get there.
Make sure, and travel agents, better be knowing it. So here comes a call. Talk to y'all later. Auf Wiedersehen.
Okay. Thanks,
Bye.
John.
Hello.
Okay. Wow. What a crazy morning we're having here on Chillie's Cruising and Tuesday. You're literally, folks, you're getting this right off the wires, as we're going to continue to do here in just a second. But first, I did promise a port from Elizabeth. So here's something for you to think about. That's a port to consider, and drop it in the chat box if you can. That would be wonderful. And I will get on to actually breaking news from just a couple hours ago, which I doubt if it's even been a couple hours ago. But anyway, Richard Fain, the CEO of Royal Caribbean, is stepping down January the 3rd. Chief Financial Officer Jason Liberty will succeed him as CEO and join the board of directors. Fain will remain as chairman of the board of directors. Liberty joined Royal Caribbean in 2005 and served in several financial, strategic, and operational roles before becoming CFO in 2013. His operational duties have expanded over the years and gone well beyond the responsibilities normally associated with a CFO. Liberty is also responsible for several Silver Sea Cruises, the group's joint ventures with TUI Cruises and Hapag-Lloyd Cruises, as well as Royal Caribbean's group strategy, technology, supply chain, port operations, and legal functions. The company also announced that Nafali Holtz will become CFO when Liberty assumes the CEO role. So, big changes amiss at Royal Caribbean, and literally that broke as I was trying to get everything lined up for the show this morning. I have no information on the background. I know Jason asked a question about that in the chat. I saw that as I was skimming through that. No further information other than they've announced the changes coming in January. So, while I catch my breath, a commercial break.
Do you have a bad back, bad hips, bad knees, or any other mobility issues? Think about Scootaround. For scooters, walkers, wheelchairs, even oxygen needs, delivered right to your cabin. Scootaround for all your mobility needs on your upcoming cruise.
Wow, I just realized that I didn't really introduce the show today because I went straight to Elizabeth for our report on location with Elizabeth on location. Today is National Fried Chicken Sandwich Day. go to Kentucky Fried or one of those places and get a fried chicken sandwich today. That's what I'm going to do as soon as I get off the air. All right. Got a couple of cruise ships sailing today, not many. Out down at West Palm Beach, we got the Grand Classica sailing on a 2-nighter. And out in California, the Carnival Miracle on a 5-nighter. And other than the news about Richard Fain this morning, we're going to look at the Carnival Exemption update, the 12th MSC cruise ship that is sailing from Brazil, 2 more celebrity restarts, and a lot more if I keep my breath to keep going here this morning. All right. Carnival advised their guests yesterday that the following the approval of the FDA and the CDC for kids age 5 to 11 to be vaccinated, Carnival has sent out a letter to its guests booked on cruises during the holiday season about the changes in the exemption policy as well as limitations in place for those exemptions. With the surge of requests the cruise line has had for vaccine exemptions and the fact that only a very small number of exemption spaces are available for each sailing, guests run the risk of missing their cruise if the kids are not allowed on board. The letter the cruise line sent out has been addressed specifically to those passengers with bookings for cruises between December 17th and December 31st who have not yet received an approved vaccine exemption. Although the FDA and CDC have now approved Pfizer vaccinations for children, the cruise line is receiving far more requests for exemptions than it is able to provide space for. And you don't want to miss out on your cruise because of this. Carnival is advising guests to consider having the kids vaccinated this week. Otherwise, it might be too late to make the cruise because you got all the issues with getting the information in to them and so forth on time. So if you're on a cruise between now and the end of the year, you need to take some action, okay? And don't count on getting an exemption because you're probably not going to be able to get one. So, all right, Celebrity now has 2 ships sailing, 2 more ships sailing. I mentioned this yesterday. We've got the Constellation, which is sailing out of Tampa. We also have the Celebrity Reflection, which is sailed out of Port Everglades. That would be Fort Lauderdale. And the other story this morning has to deal with the MSC Preciosa. The MSC Preciosa is sailing from Brazil. All the cruises in Europe, Asia, and North America have been sailing successfully for several months. South America has been on hold until this week coming up. The Preciosa will sail from Brazilian port of Santos. She'll offer guests on several mini cruises in Brazilian waters from both Santos and Rio. Next month, she will be joined by the MSC Seaside and the MSC Splendida, which also start operations from Santos. So that's the news this morning. All right, let's go over and check in the chat room to see if anybody came up with our port today and see if anybody is fussing with us. I got to go back to the start here, folks, because I just skimmed over it. Kenneth's with us up in Pennsylvania. Hey, Kenneth, how you doing? Hot air. Tom is here. Carol's with us. Jason's with us in Pittsburgh. Jason, I so enjoyed your video. I dropped the link for everybody to watch it. I hope everybody did. That was just an unbelievable job you did on the video from your recent Carnival cruise. Cindy's with us. Of course, everybody's congratulating Elizabeth for getting on a ship. That's awesome. Hot Air Tom says 12 days until cruise, 9 days to flight day. Then fun in New York, Harry Potter on Broadway, and the Rockettes Christmas show. Awesome. Jason says, hi, Hot Air Tom. I was going through several cruise withdrawal last week, so I didn't watch cruise content. Hot Air says, at least my following cruise is 35 days, so not much time for withdrawal. Carol's, of course, congratulations. Awesome. I love Canaries. Spent 16 winters in Tenerife. Oh, that's awesome. Hot Air says, I'm in the same aft penthouse suite the next 2 cruises on NCL Gym. Just called to see if any OBC or FCC can be given for significant price reductions on the cabin. Yeah, that's an expensive one. Know that. And of course, Hot Air was asking about the Berlin with the E. And by the way, folks, I don't know if y'all caught it. We didn't say anything on the. He wouldn't let me say it on the air. He took a horrible fall in Mannheim, and really jolted this fusion surgery that he had on his back. He was really quite worried about it. But anyway, I've been checking on him multiple times a day, so I know that he's getting better, but he's still pretty bruised and battered. Jason says, great. Now I have to cancel my Italy cruise. Not necessarily. Just be aware that you might have to do some extra things ahead of time. Cindy, Jason says, Cindy, I was literally having nightmares about Tony and Don harassing me for not being on a ship enough. Hot Air says, my problem is my cruise low started March 14th, 2020, getting off the Star and ended up in this bizarre world. Yeah, isn't that the truth? Emily's with us. She says, hello, guys. Jason says, I feel like cruise ship's excursion would be prepared for most of these problems. Yeah, if you're on a cruise ship, John's traveling, on land. It's not like he's going to get on a cruise to come back to New York. But and that's I didn't even have a chance to talk about we've opened up our borders, so a lot of people are flying, and we're now flying other places. But just be aware that until you get your act together in Europe, that you may have to do something different so you can survive if you're in Europe at all. Cindy agrees with Jason. It's a hard time watching cruise content right now. Emily says, I'm actually going to be in New York myself on Sunday afternoon. My uncle is taking me and a few others to the Big Apple Circus that Sunday afternoon. Nice. I can do the Tony Cruise news, but not the ship blogs, not wanting to see that. Too depressing. Yeah, well, it happens. He could have just bought a SIM card, problem solved. I'm not sure on that one. Maybe. All right, let's see. Cruise news only for me too. Jason says, I never had a problem with Verizon in the Caribbean. It was actually quite nice. I've on occasions have had trouble with AT&T, but rarely. But then I've not been to Europe I've not tried it in Europe. So Cindy says she's so glad she postponed her European cruise until next year. Yeah. Sharon's with us. Hey, Sharon, great comment. John, T-Mobile is awesome when traveling, yet service in many Virginia locations, 1 to 2 bars. Yeah, we have terrible T-Mobile here in Lynchburg, from what I've been able to see. It's just, awful. Katie's with us. Hey, Katie. You're getting close to time to cruise, too. T-Mobile isn't ideal for international travel, provided if it only gives you 3 speeds. Yeah. Is there going to be news? Yeah, I had some news. I just got to it a little late in the day. International travel opens up. That's some good news. Yes, indeed. Tom Henry guessed Cartagena. Nope, that's incorrect. Bonnie's with us. She says, hi, y'all. Bubba is late, but in the house. I'm just in time for Scoot Around, which you already are a Scoot Around customer. After 33 years, he deserves a long vacation. I understand. Sharon says she's going to go to Popeyes to celebrate Sandwich Day. There you go. There you go. I've got a Bojangles right near here that has a pretty good sandwich. I might have to do that too. Richard Fain was incredible during the cruise, the COVID cruise shutdown. Everyone informed in a peaceful way. I hate to see him go. I've never met the man, but from what I can tell, he's done a pretty good job with Royal Caribbean. Bonnie says she just had a chicken salad sandwich, maybe a fried chicken sandwich for dinner. Cindy loved Jason's video too. Totally missed the Mediterranean, but not booking a European cruise till 23. So many awesome new ships to try in the U.S. I agree with that one. Bonnie says, Carol and Elizabeth, the original of my Bichon Frise Bubba is Tenerife. They were pets in the Spanish Kings. Okay, that's good to know. Fact that I didn't know. Oh, Jason, thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate that as always. Thank you very much. Emily said she had a great wedding, great time over the weekend with family and the wedding. Many people were falling over the weekend. Many people were, that's what it says, falling over the weekend, dancing and drinking, having a great time. I never felt personally, but have seen others. Oh, okay, you're falling. Okay, because of, I get it now. I was a little slow on the uptake. Jason says, I'll make another video, only better, on my next cruise on the Carnival Freedom, February 12th in 2022. Virus numbers in Europe are shooting up again. They might lock down again soon. I hate to hear that. I got to go. Chillie and Gang says, Emily. Jason guessed St. Lucia. Nope. Jason says, never had Bojangles. Heard good things. I like their chicken sandwich. It's a new sandwich on their menu, and it's really good. And of course, Elizabeth thanks everybody for all the best wishes. We're just tickled for Elizabeth and her news for today. All right, guys, that is going to wrap me up. I will. I'll pass one other thing on about the port today. So let me come back over here to that. All right, I showed you this one. See if this helps anybody, and I'll show them both tomorrow, and we'll guess tomorrow. Does that ring a bell to anybody? There is a big hint in that picture as well. That happens to be the same port as that. Okay, so some of you might get a guess from that one. But anyway, we'll take care of that tomorrow. All right, that's going to wrap me up. If you're new to the channel, we do appreciate it. This was a quite busy day today, a little nutty, between Elizabeth's wonderful news about going on a ship. She's going to be leaving Thursday and heading for London to join P&O's Iona, which is just a fantabulous ship. And then, of course, John, we appreciate your update from the European travels. It was nice to have a good report from him. And I'll be back same time, same channel tomorrow morning on Wednesday, travel and cruise industry news. So for now, guys, this is the old fat travel guy. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy, have a great time. Go ahead and get that fried chicken sandwich. That's where I'm going to be heading very soon. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. This is the old fat travel guy. Later, y'all.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner. Hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.